right, let's get right into day 23 of watching me learn Spanish. I don't want to waste any time because I have to drop off in maximum 1 hour. So, track 49 and 50, and then we're going to finish working on the story, the 5-minute video.
To call in Spanish, so to call to somebody and also to make a phone call is llamar.
Llamar.
LL, and we said this double L creates a Y sound in most Spanish dialects, just like the Y. Double L, A-M-A-R, llamar.
Llamar.
Good. And we said that in Spanish you don't tend to say my name is or I am called.
llamo.
You say I call myself to introduce yourself. So how would you say I call myself?
Me llamo.
Me llamo. Good. And if you want to ask somebody what their name is, you can say how do you
Como
call yourself?
te
So let's do
llamas?
this informally. How do you call yourself? What was the word for how?
¿Cómo?
¿Cómo?
Como. How do you call yourself?
¿Cómo te llama?
¿Cómo te llamas?
Good. ¿Cómo te llamas? How would you say, how does she call herself? What is her name?
¿Cómo se llama?
¿Cómo se llama?
Good. ¿Cómo se llama?
¿Cómo se
Imagine you
llama?
heard her name once before and you wanted to say, what was she called? How was she calling herself?
Llamar. So the past would be with this aba. ¿Cómo se llamaba?
¿Cómo se llamaba?
Good. ¿Cómo se llamaba?
¿Cómo se
What was
llamaba?
her name? What was his name? Or what was your name formerly? What was their name? What were they calling themselves?
¿Cómo se llamaban?
¿Cómo se llamaban?
Good. ¿Cómo se llamaban? Good. What was to have, not in the sense of haber, not the have that we
Tener.
use to go into the past, but the have that we use for possession?
Tener.
Tener.
Tener. Good. And we said also that this tener is the tain that we get inside various English verbs or Latin English verbs like contain. Contain is contener. So we have this trick using tener that we can convert over some more verbs from English. So doing the same with obtain, we would get
Obtener.
Obtener.
obtener. Maintain, changed a little bit.
Mantener.
Have a go.
Mantener.
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 Mantener. And we said that man actually is like from mano, hand. Sustain, and this one changed a little bit as well.
Sostener.
Sostener.
Sostener. So this tain that we have in English is tener, to have. So how would you say I used to have?
I used to have tenido.
Tenía.
Tenía. Good. So if you wanted to say I used to have a big house,
Tenía una casa grande.
Tenía un grande casa. Un casa grande.
yeah, almost, but
Una
Good.
casa grande.
Good. These bits and pieces require a little thought as well. Tenía una casa grande. We used to have a big house.
Teníamos una casa grande.
Teníamos una casa grande.
Good. Teníamos una casa grande. And the accent stays in the same place on the ia. Tenía, teníamos. Good. I used to have 4, but now I don't have any left. I used to have 4, but now I don't have any left. The word for 4.
Tenía 4, pero ahora no tengo, no me queda niente.
For 4 is cuatro. Cuatro.
Cuatro.
Related
No
to?
me queda niente.
Quarter.
Very good. So I used to have 4,
Tenía 4.
Good. But now,
Pero ahora
I don't have any left. So, they don't remain me, or it doesn't remain to me. That's all we need to say to give that I
No.
don't have any left.
Pero
no me queda.
Good. So, all together, I used to have 4, but now
Tenía 4, pero ahora no me queda.
I don't have any left.
Tenía 4, pero ahora no me queda.
Good. Tenía 4, pero ahora no me queda. Or, pero ahora no me quedan. You could use either. So, we're not using have to give this meaning have left. How was I have in the present?
Tengo.
Tengo.
Tengo. And how did you make that I have to? I have to in the sense
Tengo que.
of I must.
¿Qué? Tengo que.
So, I have to see you, and they're speaking formally.
Tengo que ver.
Tengo que verte.
Good. Tengo que verte.
Tengo
Now,
que verte.
if you want to say, I had to see you, you can use this line in the past that we learned. Even though in English we're saying had, not having to. This is fine in Spanish. So, I
Tenía
had to
que
see you. I was
verte.
having to see you.
Tenía que verte.
Tenía que verte.
Good. Tenía que verte. Good. Yesterday is ayer. A-Y-E-R. Ayer.
Ayer.
Good. So, I had to see you yesterday.
Tengo que verte ayer.
Tenía que verte
Tenía que verte ayer.
ayer.
Good. Tenía que verte ayer. To do or to make was hacer. H-A-C-E-R. Hacer.
Hacer.
Did you have to do it yesterday? Talking informally. Did you?
Hacías. Tenía que hacerlo ayer.
You have to do it yesterday.
Tenías que hacerlo ayer.
Good. Tenías que hacerlo ayer. Didn't you have to do it
Tenías-
yesterday?
Tenías que
No
hacerlo
tenías que hacerlo ayer.
Good. And you could use this like, weren't you supposed to do it? No tenías que hacerlo ayer. Didn't you have to do it yesterday? Weren't you supposed to do it yesterday? Good. I want to look at just 3 irregular verbs that we have for this line in the past. Now, this is a very regular tense. There are very few irregularities in this tense. It's a very safe tense. And the irregularities that we have are with very small verbs. For example, ver. How was I see from ver?
Ve.
Veo.
Veo. The same irregularity that we get in the I form in the present, veo, we get it in this line in the past. So instead of taking off er and putting o, we ended up with this extra e. So veía is I was seeing, I used to see, he was seeing, he used to see, she was seeing, she used to see, or you form veía. Give me the other versions then. We were seeing,
Veíamos.
veíamos. They or you guys,
Veíamos.
Veían.
veían. You
Veían.
informal?
Veías.
Veías.
Good. Another irregular verb in this tense is ser. Ser, to be. Now the base for I, he, she, it, you formal is era. Era. Now this is very easy to remember because we are looking at the past, which is a line in time, and an era in English is a line in time in the past. So we can just think of an era. We would use this with characteristic things. So, for example, if you wanted to say, I used to be a student, what was
Era.
student?
Estudiante.
Estudiante.
Good. So, how would you say, I used to be a student?
Era estudiante.
Era estudiante.
Era estudiante. Good. We don't need the word for a. Era estudiante. Good. Were you a student? Informally.
Eras estudiante.
Eras estudiante.
Good. Eras estudiante. We were students.
Éramos estudiantes.
Éramos.
Where are you putting the accent? I couldn't tell.
I put it at the amos, but it's éramos.
Éramos, good. In these
Éramos.
tenses, the accent doesn't move around. Good. So
Éramos
éramos.
estudiantes.
Good. We were students.
Éramos estudiantes.
Good.
Éramos
What were they?
estudiantes.
What were they?
¿Qué
Que eran.
eran?
Yeah. ¿Qué eran?
Que
Good.
eran.
And then the last one, of course, that is irregular in this tense is ir. Ir, to go. Now, I was going is kind of like a blend of the two different ways we have of creating this past. Aba and ia. I was going is iba. So you see, we got a bit of ia and a bit of aba with ir. I was going from to go. Iba. So you can give me the other versions. We were going.
Íbamos.
Íbamos.
Good. They were going.
Iban.
Iban.
Good. You were going informally.
Ibas.
Ibas. Good. Why
Ibas.
were you going?
¿Por qué ibas?
¿Por qué ibas?
Good. Now, iba is very useful because, of course, you can use it like in the English, I was going to call you, for example. I was going to go, but I didn't have the time. I was going to do it, but I forgot. So you can use it in this way as well, which is very common. So how would you say I was going to call you and we are talking informally? I was going to call you.
Iba llamarte.
Iba llamarte.
Iba
There's
a-
something missing.
Iba a llamarte.
Iba llamarte.
Iba, I was going.
What kind of verb is going?
Iba a llamarte.
Good. Iba a llamarte. I was going to do it.
Iba a
Iba
hacerlo.
hacerlo.
Good. And I'm not sure here if you're putting the a to connect the
A
verbs.
hacerlo.
If I did
Iba
it.
a-
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I forgot.
Okay, so again.
Iba a hacerlo.
Good. Iba a hacerlo. So actually, in fluent speech, you would hear iba a hacerlo. All of those three a's, iba a hacer, will blend together. So that's why I wasn't sure if you said it or not. We were going to do it or make it.
Íbamos a hacerlo.
Íbamos a hacerlo.
Good. Íbamos a hacerlo. We were going to do them or we were going to make them.
Íbamos a
Íbamos
hacerle.
a hacerlos.
Los.
Good. Íbamos a hacerlos. Good.
Íbamos a hacerlos.
Gracias por venir. Gracias por venir in Spanish means thanks for coming. Gracias por venir.
Gracias por venir.
So there's two things that we can see in this sentence. We can use this sentence as like a hook to remember two important things about Spanish. The first thing is that we have two words for for. We already saw another word for for. For example, how are we saying for me?
Para mí.
Para mí.
Para mí. Good. And for you, speaking informally,
Para ti.
Para ti.
para ti. So we had me and ti coming with prepositions. Para mí, para ti, de mí, from me, de ti, from you. But then for the other people, we just say for he, for example. So how is for him or for he in Spanish?
Para él.
Para él.
Good. And for her?
Para ella.
Para ella.
Good. So this para is when something is for somebody. No? So for example, if we want to say this is for you, speaking informally, let's say it's a masculine object. This one is for you. How would you say that?
Esto es por ti o por te.
Ello.
What is tonight?
Esta.
Good. So that's your hook and you go from there. Esta noche.
Yeah.
But I want a masculine thing.
Esto.
What you should do is
Este.
look at somewhere that you've used it. So you should look at this car.
Este.
And then you find it. These are the processes that we're learning, and this is
Yeah.
half of the method. You can take yourself through those processes when you need to find it.
Yeah.
And then it comes to your memory. then you
Yes.
know it after that. But the first few
For
times you need to
T.
have a look around, let's say, and see to find it. So this or this one, masculine thing,
Este,
este. So this one is for you, speaking informally.
este es para ti.
Good. Este es para ti, if we mean a masculine thing. What if you
Esto
meant
es
these
para
are for you, masculine or mixed things?
ti. Estos
Estos son para ti.
Well done. Estos son para ti. So we saw that actually for this and these we have este and estos. In este we have the e of el, and in estos we have the os of los. Estos son para ti. So this is the four that we learned until now. No? Then we have por, which is much more flexible. It has many more meanings. Let's investigate some of them. Por, you can use it like because of. No, sometimes when we say for in English, we mean because of. For example, if you say for this reason, what you mean is because of this reason. So you don't mean para, you mean por. So por also means for in the sense of because of. And actually in the words because and why, which were
¿Por qué?
por qué, here in why we see that it's because of. Por qué, why, actually means because of what? Because of what? And then por qué as because, we said that we have the same word for why and because. Por qué as because means because of that. Huh? So in both cases you have por meaning because of. So reason in Spanish is razón, razón,
Razón.
or razón in most of Spain. Razón. But in most of the Spanish-speaking world, razón.
Razón.
Razón is feminine. So how would you say this reason?
Una
Esta razón.
Good. So how would you say, because of this reason, I don't want to go? Because of
Por esta razón no quiero ir.
this reason, I don't want to go.
Por esta razón
Por esta razón no quiero ir.
Por esta razón, no quiero ir. Let's contrast the two. What was to buy? Do you remember to buy?
Comprar.
Comprar.
Comprar. Good. Comprar. You can say, I'm buying it for you. How would you say that? Let's keep it informal. I'm buying it
Lo compro. Te lo compro.
for you.
Lo compro para ti.
Good. Lo compro para ti. That means, this thing, I'm buying it for you. But maybe in some context you want to say, I'm buying it because of you. How would you say that?
Lo compro por ti.
Lo compro por ti.
Good. Lo compro por ti. So it doesn't mean necessarily that this thing is for that person, just that you've bought it because of that person. No? So maybe you buy an ashtray in your house and your one friend that smokes comes and you say, Lo he comprado por ti. I have bought it because of you. If you say, Lo he comprado para ti, for you, then he'll want to take the ashtray home. Another use for por is when we're talking about time. When you're talking about periods of time, for 2 weeks, for 2 days, you will not say para, you will say por. This is another place where you use por. The word for day is dia.
Día.
It's actually related to an Indo-European root, which just means a very old root, meaning light, and deity in English comes from the same root. Or the J of Jupiter is actually also from this root. Jupiter means something like the father of the gods. You have Peter, like paternal there, and Ju from this same root as Dia and deity. And of course you have Jupiter, which is the biggest planet, so the father of the gods, Jupiter. Dia is a word that looks feminine, and it's one of those few words that end in A, that look feminine, that are masculine. So the day is
El día.
El día.
el día, and the days
Los días.
Los días.
los días. And every day is all the days. Before we said
Todos los
todo el
días.
tiempo, to say all the time. If you want to say
Todos
every day, you
los
say all
días.
the days. How do you
Todos
think
los
that would
días.
sound?
Todos los días.
Todos los días.
Good. Todos in plural. Todos los días. Good. If you wanted to say I'm staying for 3 days, 3 is tres, tres. I'm staying for 3 days. I remain myself for 3 days. So how would you say that? I'm staying for 3 days.
Me quedo por
Me
tres
quedo
días.
por 3 días.
Very good. Me quedo por 3 días. I'm staying for 3 days. How would you say I will stay for 3 days? I will stay for 3 days. You don't need the will here. The fact that you say for 3 days is already some kind of future context. No, the days didn't happen yet. But let's practice the future. So I will
Me quedaré por tres días.
stay for 3 days.
So it's quedé,
In both futures, we are adding on to the verb. Huh?
quedaré.
Yes, we are pushing it into the future. So, I will stay for 3 days.
Me quedaré
Me
por
quedaré por 3 días.
Good. Me quedaré por 3 días. So this sounds a little bit more certain, you know, when you use the future. Me quedo por 3 días. I'm staying for 3 days. Me quedaré por 3 días. I will stay for 3 days. How would you say I would stay for 3 days? I would stay for
me quedaría. Me quedaría por tres días.
3 days. A nice hook to remember would is I would like or it would please me. This is a nice hook.
Me gustaría.
So this is a nice hook to remember would because it's something that's very common that you will use a lot. So what is that little bit you need for would that you can pluck out of me gustaría?
The ia ending.
Perfect. So I would stay for 3 days.
Me quedaría por 3 días.
Good. Me quedaría por 3 días, but I have to work. You remember what is to work? We saw it very briefly.
Trabajar.
Trabajar.
Trabajar. Good. Trabajar is Trabajar, and that Jar makes jar. Trabajar. So, but I have to work.
Pero tengo que
Pero
trabajar.
tengo que trabajar.
Yes, now all together, huh? I would stay for 3 days, but I have to work. And not from memory.
Me quedaría por tres días, pero tengo que trabajar.
But thinking it
I
through
know, 'cause I've already
again.
forgotten it.
Good. So, thinking it through again, taking that time to think it through again. I would stay is the first bit.
Me quedaría
Good. For 3 days.
por tres días.
por 3 días.
But I have to work.
Tengo que trabajar.
Pero tengo que trabajar.
Perfect. Me quedaría por 3 días, pero tengo que trabajar. Perfect. Very good.
Okay. Done with language transfer for today. Glad I'm up to lesson 50, track 50. Now I'm just going to read through what I've written so far about my daily routine. Rutina diaria. Cada día de la semana es diferente para mí. Mi semana empieza el domingo. No trabajo los domingos, pero me gusta avanzar en mis objetivos. Ahora mismo uno de mis objetivos es aprender español. Otro objetivo es enseñar a leer a mi hijo. Como no trabajo los domingos, esas son las 2 cosas más importantes que hago. Dedico el resto del día a mis aficiones, que son cocinar, leer y jugar con mi hijo. Solía trabajar los domingos cuando creaba una empresa, pero ya no es el caso. Quizás construya una el futuro. Quizás construya uno en el futuro. Tampoco trabajo los lunes, así que casi todo es igual excepto de mi rutina de entrenamiento. Hago ejercicio 4 veces por semana. I wrote hago, but what is that? Is that even a word? No, I mean hago. Hago ejercicio 4 veces por semana. El lunes entreno las piernas. El martes es el primer día de la semana que trabajo. Todavía avanzo mis 2 objetivos y hago mi ejercicio, pero también trabajar. Suelo trabajar de 8 a 11 y luego hago una pausa muy larga para almorzar. Paso el resto del día en mis objetivos. Now I want to say, and for my exercise, I train my upper body. Y por mi ejercicio entreno mi cuerpo sopra. Y para mi ejercicio entreno la parte superior del cuerpo. Para mi ejercicio entreno la parte superior del cuerpo y para mi ejercicio entreno la parte superior del cuerpo. On Tuesdays, that was Tuesday, right? El martes. On Wednesdays, would that be like miércoles? On Wednesdays, I work. On Wednesdays, I work, but I don't need to do exercise. On Wednesdays, los miércoles, trabajo, pero no hago ejercicio. I rest my body. Trabajo, pero no hago ejercicio. Descanso mi cuerpo. Descanso. Descansar. Descanso. Okay. Los miércoles trabajo. no hago ejercicio. Descanso mi cuerpo. Descanso mi cuerpo. Los miércoles trabajo, pero no hago ejercicio. Descanso mi cuerpo. Thursday. El jueves es el último día de la semana que trabajo. El jueves es el último día de la semana que trabajo. Wow, I'm actually putting these sentences together. El jueves. El jueves es el último día de la semana que trabajo. El jueves es el último día de la semana que trabajo. It is a busy day for me because I also have to do my exercise. It is a busy day. Es un día ocupado, ajetreado. Es un día ajetreado para mí. Es un día ajetreado para mí porque también hago un entrenamiento largo de la parte inferior del cuerpo, which takes a long time. Lo que me lleva mucho tiempo, me lleva mucho tiempo. Es un día ajetreado para mí porque es un día ajetreado para mí porque también hago un largo entrenamiento. De la parte inferior de la parte inferior del cuerpo que me lleva mucho tiempo. Me lleva mucho y me lleva mucho tiempo. Friday is a nice week. Friday is a nice day. Viernes, Fridays are. Los viernes son nice. Son agradables o bonitos porque no trabajo and I have a long weekend ahead of me. Y tengo un fin de semana larga. Y tengo un largo fin de semana por delante. In front. Los viernes son buenos porque no trabajo y tengo un largo fin de semana por delante. Los viernes son buenos. No. Y tengo un largo delante. The only thing I have to do, l'unica cosa que tengo que hacer, lo único que tengo que hacer es the only things, las únicas cosas, lo único que tengo que hacer are my exercise and my goals. Lo único que tengo que hacer es mi ejercicio y mis objetivos. Es mi I also pick up my son early from school. También recojo, recoger, recoja, recojo, recojo,
Recojo.
recojo, recoger. So that también recojo a mi hijo antes del colegio para que pasemos más tiempo juntos. Colegio.
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 Colegio. Co. Le. Gio.
Colegio. Colegio. También recojo a mi hijo antes del colegio para que pasemos más tiempo juntos. Pasemos más tiempo juntos. Saturday looks. Saturday ist. Saturday. Sábado es casi igual a viernes, except that el sábado es casi igual que el viernes. Mi hijo, my son, no tiene escuela. No tiene colegio. El sábado es casi igual que el viernes. Casi igual que el viernes. Excepto que mi hijo no tiene colegio. That's a summary of my week. Este es el resumen de mi semana. Resumen de mi semana. Es Okay. I'm gonna end the story here. Let's read it once. Rutina diaria. Cada día de la semana es diferente para mí. Mi semana empieza el domingo. No trabajo los domingos, pero me gusta avanzar en mis objetivos. Ahora mismo uno de mis objetivos es aprender español. Otro objetivo es enseñar a leer a mi hijo. Como no trabajo los domingos, esas son las dos cosas más importantes que hago. Dedico el resto del día a mis aficiones, que son cocinar, leer y jugar con mi hijo. Solía trabajar los domingos cuando creaba una empresa, pero ya no es el caso. Quizás construya una en el futuro. Tampoco trabajo los lunes, así que casi todo es igual excepto de mi rutina de entrenamiento. Hago ejercicio 4 veces por semana. El lunes entreno las piernas. El martes es el primer día de la semana que trabajo. Todavía avanzo mis 2 objetivos y hago mi ejercicio, pero también trabajar. Suelo trabajar de 8 a 11 y luego hago una pausa muy larga para almorzar. Paso el resto del día en mis objetivos. Y para mi ejercicio entreno la parte superior del cuerpo. Los miércoles trabajo pero no hago ejercicio. Descanso mi cuerpo. El jueves es el último día de la semana que trabajo. Es un día ajetreado para mí, porque también hago un largo entrenamiento de la parte inferior del cuerpo que me lleva mucho tiempo. Los viernes son buenos porque no trabajo y tengo un largo fin de semana delante. Lo único que tengo que hacer es mi ejercicio y mis objetivos. También recojo a mi hijo antes del colegio para que pasemos más tiempo juntos. El sábado es casi igual que el viernes, excepto que mi hijo no tiene colegio. Este es el resumen de mi semana. All right, so that is the story that I'm going to be working on for the rest of the week. We're going to have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday to get it right. And I think it's going to be a lot easier than the previous stories just because there's a lot of present tense and it's like on Monday I did this, on Tuesday I did that, and a lot of repetition with the vocabulary. That's a good thing, I think. And one major benefit is I'm learning the days of the week. So something I haven't covered, even though I've been able to talk about a lot so far, I couldn't say Monday. All right, I'm going to end the stream here and